Hello everyone. In this video I will show you how to obtain the official download image for Windows 11, how to install it in your workstation or on your VMware Workstation in order to evaluate the new capabilities and new feature of Windows and decide if you are going to deploy it in your production laptop. So our video will discuss first how to obtain the download image, then what is the requirement for installing Windows 11 on your personal computer or personal laptop. And last but not least, we will discuss how to make your VMware workstation ready in order to install Windows 11 on top of it, and how to prepare your machine for first time to use Windows 11. So the first part, we will discuss how to obtain the official download image. So what we need to do is to open Google Chrome or open the Internet Edge. And in my case, I still didn't download Google Chrome on my Windows 11 machine. So I will use Microsoft Edge browser, which is based on Chromium. What we are going to do is to open google.com and type in the search box how download Microsoft Windows 11 ISO, just like this way, and we will search for a URL that contain Microsoft in the URL name to ensure that we are downloading the image from the official repository related to Microsoft. So in our case, it will be the first result. As you can see here, the word Microsoft is already in the URL, and the headline of the URL telling me to download Windows 11 from Microsoft. So I will hit the first result in the search, and now I will select to download the Windows 11 disk image. So I will select that I want to download Windows 11 disk image, then I will hit download, and then it will ask me to choose the installation language. What is the language that you want installation media to be in? So I will choose, of course, I will choose English language, then I will hit confirm. After hitting confirm, a download link will be generated for you. It will be valid for 24 hours. All what you need to do is to hit on 64-bit download message, just like this box, and then you will start the download process. The size of the Windows image is approximately 5 gigabytes, so it will take depending on your internet connection speed, it will take like 1 hour, like in my case. And after downloading the image, you will be able to install it in your VMware Workstation or on your personal computer. So in order to download and install the image, you need to meet certain criteria. These criteria are according to the resource from znet.com. They are requiring you to have at least a processor with 1 gigahertz clock speed, and this processor should support the 64-bit system. So of course, most of modern processors are supporting 64 architecture, so it's not a problem to care about or to be worried about. The second requirement is to have at least 4 gigabytes of memory. So if you have less than 4 gigabytes of memory, you will not be able to use or install Windows 11. The third requirement to have a storage maximum, a drive with 64 gigabyte free capacity in order to install the Windows on it. In our case, the C drive, for example. And the most important aspect is that you must have the trusted platform module, which is called the TPM version 2 at least. And the good news is, in most of modern motherboards that are embedded with new laptops, the TPM is by default shipped or burned to this motherboard. So with very great assurance that a lot of devices now already support the TPM. But the problem is when trying to install the Windows 11 media on VMware Workstation, the VMware Workstation virtual machine by default doesn't have the TPM modules emulated in this virtual machine. We will try to show you how to emulate the TPM module on VMware Workstation. So if you have these criteria and you have at least 4 gigabytes of memory and have the TPM module on your motherboard, you can check that with the datasheet of your motherboard. You will be eligible to install Windows 11 machine. So let's go to work and show you how to install Windows 11 machine on your VMware Workstation. This machine, which I was illustrating on it during this video, is currently based on VMware Workstation. So in order to show you the steps step by step, we will start the work again. So in order to create or install the Windows 11 installation media, what you need to do is open your VMware Workstation. In case you doesn't know anything about VMware Workstation, I suggest to search YouTube or Google this information. VMware Workstation is a software that allow you to install multiple operating systems on your machine. The reason why for doing so is to evaluate the new operating systems, create virtual environment, test training. If you are working in IT, definitely you need to learn how to install different operating system, how to troubleshoot complex deployments. So Workstation will help you in this case. If you are using Windows and need to work with Linux for any reason, of course you can do so by installing VMware Workstation and run Linux on top of VMware Workstation. In our case, I'm using virtual machine based on VMware Workstation to show you how to install Windows 11, how to troubleshoot, how to test the features of new operating system. So understanding virtual workstation or VMware Workstation is essential to test and try the feature of Windows before deciding to install it in your production laptop or the computer you are watching this video from. So we will hit click on File and we'll choose New Virtual Machine. So after clicking on New Virtual Machine, I will check on Custom. Then I will hit Next. Then I will hit Next again. Then I will install the operating system later, or I can directly map the installer disk to the ISO image I just downloaded from Microsoft website. So in our case, I will choose the installation media that I just downloaded from Microsoft website, and then I will click Next. Then I will choose the Windows 10 x64-bit edition, as VMware Workstation currently doesn't have Windows 11 in its list. So I will choose Windows 10 x64-bit edition, then I will hit Next. Then I will choose where the virtual drive or the virtual machine will be stored in. In my case, I will store it in a different partition than the C partition, because I don't have a lot of space in my C drive. So I will check which drive that I have space in. In my case, it will be the E partition. So I will modify this information. I will map it to E partition. Then I will click Next. Then I will select the UEFI mode. I will leave it at default as it is. Then I will hit Next. Then I will choose that I need two virtual CPU per this virtual machine. Then I will hit Next. And here it is asking me to specify amount of memory that needed for running of this virtual machine. So I will choose 496 megabyte of memory, which is equivalent to 4 gigabyte of memory. Then I will hit Next. Then I will choose NAT mode in network. Then Next. Then I will leave this as a default related to input-output controller. Then Next once again. Then SCSI, Next. And then I will choose to create new virtual disk image. And last but not least, I will choose the 60 gigabyte storage. Next. And lastly, I will hit Finish. So now I should have the virtual machine ready to be started, but before starting this virtual machine, I need to emulate the TPM module, the Trusted Platform module, which I told you about that it is needed in order to install Windows 11. It's a new prerequisite that wasn't available in Windows 10. So in order to make your virtual machine support the TPM module, you need to click on Edit Virtual Machine Settings and choose Hardware, then click Add, then select Trusted Platform module. But as you can see here, I cannot select this option as the Finish box is dimmed. The reason why for this is that this machine or this virtual machine need to be encrypted first before installing or adding the Trusted Platform or TPM module on it. So what I need to do is to go to Option and select Access Control, and then choose Encrypt. Then set any password from your memory. So I will choose very simple password for this task. Then I will hit encrypt. After encrypting the virtual machine, I will go back again to hardware, then add, then I will select trusted platform module. And as you see, in this time, I have the finish box available to be clicked on. So I will click finish, then I will click OK. Then I will start the virtual machine. So hopefully it will be started and it will make the check for the resources. And hopefully I can deploy my Windows 11 on this virtual machine. So I will wait a little till the virtual machine start or the installer start to tell me that I need to perform any action in order to complete the setup. So what appeared right now is that it is requesting me to select the language of installation. As you can see, we already chose the English language, so it is the only language available here. Then I need to select the time and currency format. And then I need to confirm the keyboard layout. So I will leave the settings as it default. So I will click next, then install. After waiting some time, it's now prompting me to enter the activation key or product key for Windows 11. Currently, I don't have a product key, but you can purchase the product key online. But for the sake of demonstration, I will not add any product key, and I will be eligible to use it just to see or navigate the system icons. So I will hit here, I don't have a product key. Then it will prompt me to ask to choose the Windows edition that I want to install. So we have many editions in Windows 11. We have the Home Edition, the Education Edition, the Pro Edition, and the Workstation Edition. Of course, the most basic edition from Windows 11 is the Home Edition. But in order to log in to your machine that is running Windows Home Edition, you need to have a Microsoft account. It's online authentication. But if you need to use a local account to log into the Windows, you will need to have the Pro Edition. Personally speaking, I use Windows 10 with Pro Edition. It is sufficient to my work requirements. So in order to obtain good features and to support you in your business, if you are working on IT or working on something related to technology, you will find most of the features you need in the Pro Edition. So I will select the Pro Edition, but of course it comes with money because the cost of Pro Edition is higher than Home Edition, for example. But you have an option to buy the Home Edition, then upgrade to Pro Edition for additional cost. So I will select the Pro Edition as I am illustrating the setup process. Then I will click next. And now he did a quick check for the capabilities or compatibility of my PC. And now the installation media decided that my device is ready to install Windows 11. Then I will read or I will accept the agreement of usage of the Windows. Then I will click next. Then I will choose custom installation. Then I will select the only driver available. If you are deploying the Windows 11 on physical machine, you will find all your partitions listed here. Don't be missed and select any partition other than the C partition. So I will select the first partition, but be careful in this step. You need to select the partition where the original Windows or where the old Windows were installed on. So I will select this partition and then click next. It's now will format the disk and will start copy the installation media content to the virtual machine or to the drive that I decided to install the Windows in. I will leave the installation for a while. It will take like 5 or 10 to 10 minutes in order to copy the files and install the system. And I will be back again after machine get auto restarted and asking me to enter or prepare the Windows for usage for the first time. So I will be right back after the installation finish. So as you can see here, the download finished and the installation of features finished, and now my workstation or my virtual machine got restarted, and it's showing me that it is loading and getting ready. So we will wait a few minutes to see what happened after installation. So right after finishing of installation, I'm now asked to finalize final steps in order to log into Windows 11 after installation. So it is asking me now about the region that I am currently in, so I will leave it as a default. And now it is asking me what is the keyboard layout that I want to use. I will choose the US layout, then I will click yes. And it is now asking me if I need to add additional keyboard layout. For example, if I need to add the Arabic language, for example, so I will click add layout, and I will select whatever additional layout that I want to add. So I will select the Arabic language. Then I will select the keyboard layout. I will select 101. Now it should take some time in order to apply the settings that I just selected regarding the layout and the region and updating the weather information and currency information. So don't worry, it may take up to a couple of minutes. And after finishing, it will ask me to complete the steps needed to configure the system for first use. It is now asking me to enter the name of this PC, so I will call this PC home PC. The computer now is restarting, so after restart we will see what will happen. After restart, it is asking me what you will use this computer for. So I will choose for personal use, because if you decided to set up a work or a school, you may be asked to join a certain domain. So I will choose set up for personal use, then I will click next. Then it is asking me to provide my Microsoft account, like outlook.com domain. So I will choose another sign-in option, and I will choose to select offline account. Now it is asking me if I need to proceed with offline account. It is now telling me that if you use Microsoft account, you will get the following benefits. I will tell him to skip for now. And now I will type the name of local account. So I will choose the name admin. It will ask me to provide a password. Then I will choose from 1 to 6. Then I will be asked to retype the password once again. So I will repeat the same password. And then it will be asking me to provide 3 answers for 3 security questions. So I will choose the first question and will type anything. Then I will choose the second question. Then I will also type anything. Then I'll choose the third question and will also type anything. Of course, the answers at your case will be different. The reason why it is asking for 3 security questions is to allow you to regain the access to computer in case you forgot the username and password you just provided. And I will leave it for a while in order to map the changes to the system. Now it is asking me to if I'm allowing Microsoft to share or use the location information, diagnostic information, and so on. So I will leave everything as a default. Then I will click next, and then I will accept the privacy agreement with Microsoft. And finally, it is telling me that they are about to open the Windows for me, the regular screen that you may saw in Windows 10. So I will wait for a few minutes, and remember to not turn off the PC as they are telling you. So I will wait for a few minutes, then I will be back again when I get finally to Windows 11 desktop. And now after like 30 minutes for setup, I have access to Windows 11 desktop. What I need to do now is to increase the resolution or optimize the resolution of the screen to be adapted with my screen. So I will right click on any part of the screen, at any empty part at the screen, and I will choose display settings. After then, I will choose the right resolution for my screen. In my case, it will be full high definition. Then I will click keep the change. And finally, I have access to Windows 11 desktop. The interaction with Windows 11 is much similar to what you are doing with Windows 10. Till now, I see the only difference here in terms of GUI is the location of Windows key. Whenever you click the Windows key, it will open the Windows menu in the middle of the screen. Somehow, like Mac users will relate this point to Mac operating system. That's all what I wanted to say about the Windows 11. The most important part in this video is how to install Windows 11 on virtual machine, especially VMware Workstation virtual machines. As we understood during this video, we need to have at least 4 GB of memory, 60 GB of storage, and the most important thing is the TPM module, and I show you how to emulate it in VMware Workstation. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this video was informative for you, and thank you for viewing. Bye bye.